Hello, class. We're on week 5, and this week we're gonna touch on the subject about birth control, miscarriage, adoption, single parent, living together, divorce and remarriage, and annulments. So I have several interviews this week, and I have a friend and friend talking about annulment, living together, or divorce and remarry. And last but not least, I'm gonna talk a little bit about myself about the adoption because I am an adopted. I was adopted, and I still until today I still don't know who my real parents are. So there you go. Hi, Deborah. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, Deborah. I know that you are Christian.
Yes,
Yeah.
I attend a Lutheran church.
Lutheran, okay. I know you're helping out. You into some kind of group that helping other people, like mentoring or something?
With Stephen's Ministry, it's a group that we're meant to be lay caregivers. So
Okay.
we're not professionals. We go through about 50 hours of training, and we're really meant to walk with others that are going through a difficult time in their life. Not there to provide them advice, but just there to be a Christian support system for them.
Okay. So we touch on the annulment subject, and I believe that there's a question that you say that you don't understand it. Why Catholic Church allow the annulment?
Yes, I didn't understand the premise behind annulments. Why does the Catholic Church feel that an annulment is necessary? I haven't seen evidence in the Bible where it calls for marriages that result in divorce to be annulled. So I just wanted to better understand the concept behind that.
Yeah, and I agree with you that Jesus Christ, he even said that whoever divorce his wife and marry another commit adultery against her or him. But there's certain thing that in Catholic Church that we are declared that going through the same thing as going through the annulment process when the two people is not in union together, infertility or abusing and those kind of subject like can't procreation and physical violence. I'm not quite sure what century the annulment began. That's part of the history that I had to look on. And there's certain canon law that you have to go through that. But if you tell me that, the trace in the Bible, I'm not quite sure. I have to go back to look on that. But how do you feel about it?
Again, I understand that God hates divorce. He does not want divorce.
Yeah.
He wants, once a union comes together, he wants that to be a lifetime commitment.
Agree.
And I understand that there's some exceptions with, like, as you mentioned, abuse and all, but there are times when things just don't work out, and it seems like the process. And I understand that marriage is not to be entered into lightly, so I understand. Going through a process of counseling couples if they're looking to enter into another marriage, but to act as though a marriage never occurred. For example, if you were to divorce and you had 2 children, if the church is annulling that marriage, does that then mean that your children don't have a valid father because now you've invalidated that marriage? So I guess I'm just trying to understand the real purpose behind that.
Oh, okay. So I guess that had to go back really. I mean, I had to talk to neither a priest or one of my professor, that really known about the canon laws to explain more further detail. But if you're asking me now, I don't really study into that. All I know is about the sacrament of marriage and what it takes to be a sacrament of marriage. And of course that, we don't allow you to divorce unless some, other cases. And pretty much, I think it's pretty much it that, and I'm glad that, Well, are you divorcing or anything?
No, I'm not.
You're not.
No.
You have any children of your own?
I do not.
Okay.
I do know a couple that went through the annulment process.
Okay.
Neighbors of mine.
Okay.
And it was a long, arduous process.
Mm-hmm.
But they had already been married for years.
Okay.
So, you know, I guess in order for the church to recognize their marriage, they had to go through this process, and it was years.
Correct.
Of
Yeah, because depend on the case.
Right.
How if it's not really like a lot of damage or a lot of serious or anything like that, then it will faster. But if it's like come in terms of abusing and adultery and stuff like that, it take a little while to process the paperwork. Yeah, it could go for years, or it could go within. I believe it's like 1 or 2 years is the minimum, but it can be longer than that.
Right. And then are there fees associated with that? Does the church charge to annul a marriage?
I'm not quite sure, but it's really depend on the person that when they go make an appointment with the priest, and then they will notify you. I think it's I don't think there's a fee to consulting or going through the process. Probably the fee on the paperwork itself might be on that. I'm not quite sure, and I guess it's depend on the parish. They work differently. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate you researching this and talking to me about this.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you very much. Hi, Zayda.
Hi, Jackie.
Okay. Just a quick question for you. That I know you're not Catholic, but you're living with a boyfriend who's Catholic.
Yes.
And so I guess his family is Catholic, Roman Catholic. So can you tell me what do they think when you guys living together? When they know, I don't know if they still practice Catholic or go to mass or anything, but when they know that that's against. Yeah.
So his mom, she still practices, but she had, both her children out of wedlock. Like, she was like 15 when she got pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, but she ended up marrying their dad, and they got divorced, which is, of course, not.
They got divorced, you said?
Yeah, they got
okay.
divorced.
Okay.
So, of course, that's not good Catholic. So, she's, like, very... Like, she's very religious, but she, like, understands.
Okay. So she's okay with you guys living together?
Yeah, she's okay with it because she likes me so much. And obviously, we're going to get married. We're just financially not there yet. So, all that is, in place. And we didn't move in together until we knew that was what we were going to do. And his grandparents are very Catholic. So, his grandmother...
What did they think about you two living together?
We didn't live together when she was alive.
Oh, okay.
So she passed away.
Oh, okay.
And she liked me a lot. But she was like, you better get engaged before you move in together. But we didn't.
There we go.
His grandpa's fine. He doesn't care. He's like old, so he...
okay. So you guys, I guess you are happy. Do you ever think of converting to Catholic at all?
Well, probably not, because he's not religious.
Oh, okay.
Really.
So if you guys get married, you don't care if you're getting in the church or not?
Yeah, but his mom does, so
his mom will. So you were going to get into... Oh,
yeah.
Congratulations. You had to go through the process.
Yep.
You better start.
I think that's why it's taking so long. But...
Well, you can start. You can begin going to see the priest and talk about it, and what the process, what you have to do. And,
I don't mind doing it. It's him.
Oh, you don't mind?
Like,
it's him.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to go through all that.
He's Catholic, and he's not. He doesn't care about it. But I'm glad you care. I'm glad you care.
Like, it would make his mom really happy.
Oh, yeah. So. Why don't you, have a talk with him and say, hey, you Catholic and I am not. So what is your problem, all right? Thank you so much, Haida. I wish you the best. And let me know the good news, okay?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Go see a priest.
Oh, you'll know.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Jackie. This is Julie.
Okay. Tell me,
in this modern day, why people, I mean, young people that like to live it together before they get married?
Maybe to see if they're compatible.
To see them compatible?
See if they're compatible. Sometimes it's kind of, if you're dating someone and you don't live together, things can be great all the time, right? But when
Okay.
you live with someone, you kind of see all their quirks.
Okay.
Are they messy? Are they not messy? That can be a deal breaker. Some people might not like that. Just
what
their
do-
habits. You
yeah.
learn more about their habits and who they really are.
Okay. Do you believe in chastity, like get to know each other but not living together, like Catholic rule, like try not to stay chastity until you get married?
So, when I was younger, I lived with a boyfriend for a while, and then I said I would never do it again because I felt like, you know, your partner kind of you get comfortable playing house,
Yeah.
so they don't want to commit to you fully. So I said I would never do that again.
Oh, okay. So what religion are you?
I'm Baptist.
Okay. So just based on what you're just saying, that's just like a Catholic rule that try to teach the children now. They just stay chastity until they get married because they don't understand that how important the sacrament of marriage is, right?
It's different now too.
Yeah.
I think people, no matter what religion you are, I feel like the whole generation, the younger generation,
yeah.
is just a whole different cup of tea than when we were younger.
So they don't believe in chastity anymore.
Probably not. They don't believe in a lot of things anymore. I don't think there's a lot of morals, values left.
Okay.
Personally,
Isn't that sad?
very sad.
Mm.
I'm glad I grew up when I grew up.
Yeah. Me too. Well, thank you, Julie.
Thanks, Jackie.
All right. Bye. Hello, Katie.
Hi.
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Okay, thank you for helping me out with this.
Of course.
Okay, so first I'm gonna ask you, what religion are you?
Presbyterian.
Oh, okay. I know that you've been divorced before,
Yes.
and how were you with your previous marriage? Are you divorced now, right?
Yes.
Okay, you remarry?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You remarried with your husband now is Catholic?
He's Catholic. Yes.
Okay. Do you get married in church at all? Will you convert at all?
No.
Are you not?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So, about your divorce, were you abused at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I was. My husband, there were 4 separate incidents, and I finally turned him into the police. And
Well, it get that bad, huh?
yeah, I had bruises all over my body, and the nurse had to take all the pictures, and that's why my nose is crooked because he
I'm
broke
sorry.
it.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
But he definitely paid for it. So yeah, he was put in jail, and then
Is
sent
that
back
the
to
reason, the main reason that you got divorced?
Yes.
Will
that
you
is the reason.
suffer, and will you suffer, lead to depression or anything?
I think I
Or
was in denial
drinking.
for a long time, and yeah, drinking. And then I went to a therapist for a year that really helped me
Oh, okay.
get over it. Yeah,
Yeah, were you depressed at all?
I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just felt sad that that I'd failed because I had made a promise to to love somebody forever, and to God, that this was gonna be forever, and I felt like I'd failed even though he was the one that was doing the abusing.
Oh, don't be. I mean, that's one thing that a lot of women keep thinking it's their fault. And sometimes to me it's like take 2 to tango.
Right.
And it's like divorce is always like both sides, not only one side.
Right.
But mainly depend on the cases, right? So I mean, I'm not there to judge anybody, but one thing I just keep saying, all these women, don't blame on yourself, because sometimes it's not you, And so I'm sorry to hear that. So are you happy with your new marriage now?
I am,
Oh,
yes.
okay. So I know you're saying that your your husband now is Catholic,
Yes.
and you guys not married in church, right?
No, we got married in Grand Cayman, a destination wedding.
Okay. Were you thinking, would you like to have a wedding in church?
No, I'd have to. It's a lot of work to, convert and all that. And he's not practicing.
Oh,
I mean, he's
not?
still
Okay.
no. He's still. I mean, he's still really believes in Catholic values, but he doesn't go to church on Sundays unless we go, with his family every once in a while.
Oh, okay. Did he know the rule of Catholic marriage, the sacrament of marriage?
I'm not sure. He was married in the Catholic Church, his first marriage.
Oh, okay.
So they had a big Catholic wedding in Springfield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Do you know
at the
anything
church
about the term annulment? Annulment from the church?
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about
No,
it.
right?
But
Okay. That what that means is like you have to go through the process of paperwork after you get divorced, and it's really depend on the case, how bad it is, and the higher like from the bishop or from Holy See, they're gonna see your case and they're gonna clear you. That means you can remarry again in church. I mean, everybody can only once get married in church once. But if you get an annulment and it's approved by the higher, and then you able to get married again.
interesting.
Yeah. So were you ever thinking of doing that, or you fine with it? Are you happy
I'm okay.
with it?
It's been 7 years now,
Oh, okay.
so yeah, it's
That's
been a while.
okay. You have any children?
One stepdaughter. He has a daughter.
Oh, okay.
So,
So, well, thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
That's very nice. And I wish you happy all the time.
Thank you.
Thank you,
You
Katie.
too.
Okay.
Hi, class again. So, as you can see, that how modern day that many young children are living together, and without any consideration that how the marriage gonna play out. Once they get married, and thing about annulment that other religion, a lot of people that I know that are very curious about how the process, the annulment work in the Catholic Church. And again, like I say, from what I know is what I learned. But in terms of the canon law and all that, I don't know much. So, we learned that's how the process of the annulment, that you have to go through the paperwork and everything before you can remarry again. And as you already know about divorce and remarry, and so I was introduced myself that I was adopted when I was little. Until today, I still don't really know who my real parents are. But one thing that I know, that my Vietnamese parent who was adopt me since I was a baby, and my relative, everybody, nobody saying a word. They all, it's like zip, very, very zip. So until today, I still don't know who my real parents are. But one thing I assure you, that my parents, they are wonderful and beautiful parent, wonderful human being. I can never, all I can say is thank God for everything, for bless me to have them with me, and take me into their home and raise me, loving me, and I couldn't thank you more. Thank you, God. Thank you, them, for everything that they have done for me. They spoil my butt, and until today still spoil my butt. And I remember one time when I was teenager, when I was 12, bad. And so I was upsetting about something. I got into a big fight with my dad. One and only one time. Never happened again. I did ask him that, can you tell me who is my real parent are? Why I don't look like you? I want to know who my real parent are, because I don't want to live with you guys anymore. That is the only one time in my life that I asked him. I have no idea why. And at that point, I just become bad. I was 12. I don't know anything, but I think I know everything. So I guess teenager years is, everybody know that. So anyway, so what happened is my dad, he would bust out and crying when I see him cry, my heart was shut down. I was crying with him. I don't know why, but that's the only one time. I never asked him again until today. In my 40, but I'm still love them to death, and they are with me. They are currently live with me right now. In our tradition, the elder, the parent, living with their children is a very normal thing. And I will take care of them. I promise them I will take care of them until the day they die, and they're gonna stay with me. And a lot of people asking me that, don't you want to know about who your real parent are and everything? I say no, I don't need to, because I already have a real one. And thank God. God bless everybody.